time for yet another success story on Biz Today, and we've got a really interesting woman in studio. You know, I was chatting with her off screen, and she inspired me so much. I sometimes wonder if I actually face enough challenges, but listening to her story, I think you're going to really enjoy listening to Rahima Malinga's story today. Rahima started Iqra Computer College. This was back in 2009. Despite the challenges she faced, it's just incredible. I can't wait for you to hear her story. But she had a secretarial diploma, tried to get a job numerous times, didn't succeed in that, worked as a cashier, as a waitress, doing the stuff that really you feel may not empower you. But you're going to be interested to know how she was able to take away entrepreneurial lessons from that and put that back into her own business. And this is her story, so we'll be chatting with her in a bit. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Biz Today, Rahima.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi. Thank you for having me here in your show.
I know we were chatting off screen before we, got ready to get into this interview.
Yes.
You were telling me some rather interesting things. I said to the viewers, I can't wait for them to hear your story because I was blown away by the number of challenges you faced, yet you persevered and came up. So let's just start from the beginning, I think it is. Right, Rahima, you currently are the founder and also CEO at Iqra Computer College.
Definitely, yes.
But that came after a lot of stuff that you'd done in life, a lot of struggles and tribulations that you went through.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your background and your history, in terms of growing up, family, and then the education that you got before you started a business.
Okay, going back for growing up, I grew up in a very small town, Etimoto. It is famous though.
Yeah. It's in KZN.
It is in northern KZN.
Northern KZN.
Yes.
Not close to the border?
Close to Blood River.
Ah.
Yeah, it's close to there. So I grew up there. I was raised by the grandmother. I was staying with my mother, but I was preferring more my grandmother than my mother.
Of course, of course.
Yes, so I studied there. I was schooling at Esikumbuzweni High School. I moved to Durban and I went to JE Ndlovu High School. After that, I did my diploma with one of the colleges here, ISESA College. I did a secretarial and computer studies diploma. That diploma, to me, it was like I was going to take a key to open to my future now. I was like hoping when I was doing that diploma, I had a lot in my mind that once I finish the diploma, I'll be starting working, I'll be starting looking after my family, I'll be starting doing like big things. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way.
How old were you at that stage when you completed the diploma?
I was 19 years old.
Obviously, every 19-year-old.
Yes.
Okay, I've got a qualification. I'm now ready for the job market.
Yeah.
You started obviously applying for jobs. What happened?
I started applying for the job, and it was like, seems like there was no companies which they were taking me. If I'm going in for the interview, I'll be like waiting for the call, but nothing is coming out. So from there, because I was staying at home for very long, I decided that, okay, instead of sitting at home, let me do something small, like looking for being a cashier or waitresses. As soon as I do the interview with, a restaurant, they were like, "You're starting today." So, yes, I was a cashier. Firstly, I was a waitress from 2001 to 2007 at Wimpy. So, if you are a waitress at Wimpy, you have to, or whatever restaurant you are, you need to have those entrepreneur tricks to make the customers happy, making sure that they will tip you, because we're more working like for tips, because that's the money that you.
Because I'm sure the basic was very, very low.
It was very low.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very low.
I think, Rahima, and sorry to pause you there, but what I want to explore is, and many viewers will identify with your challenge. They get a qualification, cannot secure employment in a company because the company either wants you to have experience, or you may not necessarily fit what they think you want in the company.
Exactly.
And I know and I say this, very frankly, sometimes as a woman of color, it's not always very easy. So that's what I got from the explanation that you had.
To be a woman of color, I thought that was my downfall, because even when I was sitting, I was like, what I was thinking, because all the companies that I go in doing the interviews, I will find the secretary is a nice Indian lady or pretty colored lady. So now going back, looking at myself, what I was thinking, I went to the wrong career, so I shouldn't be doing that. So I was sitting and thinking, because that diploma, it was something that I can afford at that particular time. I was a maths and science student, but I couldn't do science careers because my parents, they couldn't afford. So I couldn't get the job as well for what I have studied because of the color of my skin. So, you know, from that being a cashier and the waitress, I have learned a lot. I won't regret from it, because I have learned a lot on how to, you know, make the company to be like, you know, to sell yourself. Because I've been selling myself to get tips. I've been selling myself to the customers when they come in cashing their goods. They'll be like, I want this waitress, because I was always cheerful, always like willing to help, always want to make the customer happy, always come back. So I was thinking to myself, why don't I do that for myself? You see, that's what happened. That's what happens to me when I started starting my own business, because I got like that capability that I can do it for myself, what I was doing for somebody who was paying me peanuts. Alhamdulillah, those peanuts, they make me to go a long way.
Exactly.
Yes, but you know what, I thought maybe I can get better if I'm doing it for myself.
You desired more, obviously.
Yes.
So what's interesting, and I'd like viewers to take this away, is that what I notice with a lot of successful entrepreneurs is that despite the jobs that they worked previously, those jobs, they took away something from them. No matter what those jobs were, or how little they paid, or whatever it might have been, how menial the task. But I love that you say being a cashier and a waitress taught you important entrepreneurial characteristics which you now employ in your own business.
Exactly.
There's a point though that you said, this is enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start my own business.
Yeah.
What happened? Tell us.
I decided that this is enough, and I started to say, okay, because I couldn't do with this diploma, I need to go and study further. I have to empower myself. And then I was thinking, because, you know, it is every black girl dream to become a nurse. Yeah. And I said, okay, let me go to do the nursing. Maybe I will never go wrong if I'm doing nursing. So I enrolled myself to one of the institutions. While I was studying there, I ran out of fees. I couldn't pay for my fees. Yeah. And being there in that college, I used to wear nursing uniform if I'm going to school. So most of my neighbors in the community, they could see that, okay, now Rahima, she's doing nursing and everything. So when I couldn't pay, I couldn't, like, you know, I was not strong enough to, like, I cut it, I stop, I'm not going there. While, you know, each and every day I wake up, I'm wearing this uniform, you know, I was like starting to do something for my life. So the college told me that if you don't pay by this date, then you need to be out of the college. Okay, there was nothing I can do. I do have a loving mother, but she's not working. Yeah. So I didn't want to go back to her and give her stress. You know, I just take it. I say, okay, let me just deal with this thing by myself. But I didn't know which way to deal with it. So I should wake up in the morning, put my uniform, put my burqa in the bag. I'll go straight to the masjid. Yeah. From 8 to 4. That gave me a lot and enough time, alhamdulillah, to be communicating with my creator. I could make du'as there, cry as much as I want, and there was nobody there. The masjid was, like, you know, closed. I can cry and scream and sit on my sujood as long as I can stay. So that happens for 4 days. I was there from Monday to Thursday, and on a Jummah, on that week.
So on the Friday?
On a Friday, yes. On a Friday, I went in the masjid again, and I was sitting there, and I was like reading du'as and making zikr. And I was actually trying to ask God Almighty to show me the way, that I have done everything possible to be strong in this life, but I'm not winning.
What happened when you walked out of the masjid?
When I was walking out of the masjid, that when Allah, or I would say God Almighty, sent His amana. I don't know what would I say in English.
So He sent someone who could be a channel of help to you.
Exactly. He sent this man who said to me, I know you. You know me? He said, yes, I know you. You know me from where? He said, yeah, man, just remind me, I know you. I said, no, you don't know me. He forced me, he said, yes, I know you. I said, okay, yeah, you know me. I've been a Keisha. I was counting the places where...
You're thinking, like, how do you
I've
even know
I've been a public. Yes, you know me. And he asked me, what are you doing now? I said, okay, I'm doing nursing. And then he said, what do you have? I said, okay, I finished my matric, got a diploma for secretary and computer studies. So, oh, you know computer, follow me. Okay, somebody to me said, okay, follow him. I followed him.
Your intuition said, follow this man.
Yeah, I just follow him. When I was following him, he took me to the lab. There was dusty computers, like 20 computers. And he said, you said you know how to use computers. Can you fix these computers and use them? I said, okay, yeah, I can fix the computer and I can use it. And he said, okay. Okay, I saw the guy who was like, you want to leave? I said, wait, then are you hiring me? What?
Exactly.
What? Because now he's not saying anything. He said, no, for you. And I said, okay, about the place, because it was a beautiful place where he gave me the nice building, which is a marketable building.
Yeah.
I said, okay, what about the place? He said, that covered. Do whatever you're doing. Make your money. Okay.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. That's incredible.
You won't believe that I went back to the masjid. Everybody was gone. I went back. I was like, Allahu Akbar. Each and every, making sujood just to be so grateful. I didn't know what to say. I was like, again, I started crying. If you speak of miracles and you don't believe that God still do miracles, they're still happening up until today.
Well, thank you for joining us in Biz Today.
Thank you very much. Thank you to have me in your show.
Excellent. So you've heard Rahima's story. Rahima Malinga, she is the founder and CEO at Iqra Computer College. Her story is a very inspirational one, and I know I certainly took away much from there. If you have any questions you'd like to send to Rahima, please tweet us at Biz Today and get in touch with us. The details will appear at the end of the episode. But certainly, if you need to know anything more, I'll be sure to pass on her details. Her details also appear on the screen, so get in touch with her. We'll be back after the break.